All right, hello, welcome back, everybody. So not streaming at the usual time because I had some other stuff to do this morning, but I figured we'd hop on a stream and get some, get some stuff done. So we'll see how it goes. But before I get into it, I want to remind everyone that Gunforged is available for purchase. So if you're interested, please check out the links in the description below. And you can also check out my Udemy courses, which will teach you how to build a complete game in the Godot engine, if that's something that you're interested in doing. So yeah, check those things out. Very much appreciate that. And today, I'm going to be continuing on with this little widget that I'm making here. So this combat widget thing. So we're going to try to be getting this functional. And yeah, we'll just have to see how it goes. Sorry, I'm just looking at something here. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I gotta figure out what I'm doing with this still. Hello, Game Dev Godot 4, QWERTY. Very nice. Hello, Nathan. It's a great time. Hello. Hello to you. Hello, Jesse. Welcome back. Good to see you. All right, so I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing with this thing here. I am still trying to figure out what I'm doing with this thing. So if you were watching the previous streams, what I want to do is I want to do something that's like medieval astronomy. We'll get some orreries in here, which are little planet models. But I really don't know. I don't know what to do, to be honest. I think what needs to happen is maybe these need a better shape here. So if I do, let's see, if I do this, I'm just doodling here real quick. I think that maybe that's an interesting concept. So maybe it would be better if I do this. So if I take this and I... Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little bit stumped, to say the least. Okay, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I just, maybe this shape just isn't working. I like what I've got in here. Let's see. So we've got our speed controls. That looks good. Excuse me, with the moon phases here. The other thing I need to be aware of too is that the health numbers are going to be right here. Maybe I should put a reference to that in. Might actually be good. Yeah, maybe I'll do that actually. So it might be good to create a little section inside of the widget for those numbers to go there. That might actually be a good thing to do. So let's see. So create a box like that. I don't know about that either. Hello, the Ant. Welcome back. Welcome back. I do think I need to start doing these star motifs that I was talking about doing yesterday. Because this is all supposed to be astronomy themed, so... It's all supposed to be astronomy themed. So I think that's my big problem right now is I don't know how to properly include stuff like that. Let's see. That looks kind of good as a star. I wonder if I could get away with just throwing that around some other places as well. What's going on there? So let's duplicate this. I'll put this over here too so I can see it a little bit better. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. This is not... This is off by 1 pixel. Oops. Move that over. Oops. What in the heck is going on? Okay, the A-Sprite symmetry settings are just terrible. Okay, let's do that all over again. All right, that'll work. That'll work. I think what I really need to do is I need to make this I need to make it seem like metal, which will help when I add, it will be helped when I add, highlights and whatnot to it. It's already looking a little bit better. We'll get there. Lots of trial and error to go still, I'm sure. Maybe put sun rays behind the wheel, mimicking a solar eclipse. Sun rays behind here. Oh yeah, sun rays coming out of that would be cool. Good afternoon, Christopher. Hey, progress. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. I don't know, we'll see. Just started your puzzle game C# course. So far, I'm really enjoying it. Thank you, Ben. Appreciate that. Why did you start streaming at 12 midnight my area? I'm sorry. I had meetings this morning, so I couldn't do the usual stream time. Hello, Neozoid. Welcome back. Pocket Pixie. Nope, the name does not ring a bell, but welcome back. No, I'm kidding. Of course, I remember you. Good to see you, as always. Love your course. It's so packed with good information, and your fellow indie dev, too. I just do it on the side. Awesome. Well, I'm glad that the courses are helpful. And of course, there is a new online cooperative multiplayer course that I'm working on right now. It's probably about 70% finished, so it's almost there. So yeah, keep an eye out for that one. Hello, Craig. Welcome back. Always good to see you. Happy Friday, everybody. Yeah, there's just, I'm failing. Awesome. Awesome. Honestly, I'm failing to replicate the theme that I'm going for. And I'm bringing it up again. I'm basically trying to make the thing look like this. And I'm failing, like I said. I think part of it is just that the shape that I have is not working that well, maybe? I almost wonder if I... I'm almost wondering if I should restructure this a little bit. I'm gonna try drawing a new widget. Widget 2. Hello, Avinash. What are we working on? I'm working on the sort of unified speed and health display, or speed controls and health display for the game. So it's a little UI element that we got to get figured out here. But we'll get it. We'll get it. So now if I take this and I make... Something like that, maybe. Okay. Maybe this will work. First technical job interview Tuesday. Save me. Well, good luck, Anthony. I hope you go well, or I hope it goes well for you. Dab. I unironically dab sometimes. Very nice. Won't look like a fish face anymore now. Yeah, that's true. Just had a power nap and saw you were streaming. What are you working on? Doing the UI that we were doing yesterday. I think you were here yesterday. I'm working on work. Yeah, indeed. Indeed. All right, so we got to figure out a couple of things here. Firstly, maybe I'll copy this piece from the widget, the original widget, and put it in here. Oh, that's... No. Is that centered, I wonder? I think it's centered, but we'll see. Yeah, it is centered. Very nice. Okay. Whoa, a sprite. Okay. All right, so we got that, and I'm going to take this whole widget, and I'm going to take this widget. Actually, let's do widget speed, and we'll move, and all these health layers. Move all of these down. Okay. This is looking better. Oops. Gotta get the symmetry settings back on. This looks a little bit better. How am I going to get this looking good? Looks pretty good, honestly. Thank you. Gonna Lurk just picked up Tiny Rogues. Ooh, Tiny Rogues is a very fun game. I love that game. Afternoon game dev is best game dev. Well, maybe in the middle of the night is better, but both good. Yeah, true. Hello, Michael. Welcome back. Hello, Plows. Welcome back. So I'm noticing, okay, so let's break this down. So there's patterns along the side. So just like designs along the perimeter. So that might be something that's important to do if I want to replicate that. So I almost wonder if instead of making this like this, I wonder if I should draw like a pattern. So that's one thing to keep in mind. So we've got patterns along the perimeter there. Of course, we've got the stars appearing everywhere. Got this really like this shading technique that uses lines. I don't know what it's called. I don't think it's exactly what is it called? Cross hatching. But it's like, I mean, this is an engraving, so it's not actually a drawing. But that's fine because I think I want to give that impression in mine as well. So for some of the shading, it starts off as really dense lines and then it goes up. Is that worth trying to replicate here? The other thing that I'm dealing with too is that this, you know, I'm dealing with a very small pixel art. So I can't necessarily like, you know, I could do something like that if I wanted to do some shading. Not necessarily that effective though. But that's something that I could do, potentially. Especially around like the health globes here. I wonder if I could just make some dark. That might look okay if I did that a little bit better. I'm just trying to see. Just trying to get a general feel of what that might look like if I did that. The stars are going to be problematic as well. It's not a bad star though. So I might, instead of trying to do like that shading technique, I might just try to place stars in random places. Let's do this. Oh, that's kind of concerning. I do still kind of want to do the orrery idea. Let's get rid of these. These are making a mess. I'm making a mess of this file, but it's all right. You know, I don't know, something like that. Again, this is all just doodling here, so not to be taken too seriously. Not to be taken too seriously. Maybe. Cross-hatching halftone? Yeah, I don't know art terms. What looks like a tree trunk? Have I played Nuclear Throne? Not really, no. Try to make a star in small pixel art editor and just feel like the difficulty. And it is high, yeah. I think the biggest takeaway so far from the doodle session is that you have a lot more room on the bottom than you were trying to cram the first attempt into. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I try not to make this too big, but I reoriented this, so it used to be a different shape. Which you can't really tell anymore, but I reoriented it to put the speed controls and the combat start button above the health globes. I think that probably works better. I once again should probably export that though and see what that looks like in game before I go any further. When you had the lines, yeah. Fighting area doesn't take up too much space on the screen, right? So if you need to take more for the border stuff, tons of room. I got you, yeah. Yeah, that's true. I have a lot of space, for sure. Yeah, I think that feels pretty good. One thing that this is not good, though, is this needs to go up a little bit. There we go. It's getting cut off at the bottom of your screens, but maybe I may even take this whole thing. Combat, speed, widget 2. Bring it up off the bottom just a little bit. What did I do? Oh, did I fill the whole... Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Let's just bring it up a little bit. Ugh. What is going on? Center, please. Thank you. Okay, that should be fine. So now with these things, what I can do is I can move these actually. Guess I forgot to move this up. What is your opinion on AI? Well, what is my opinion on AI? I mean, I think AI is inevitable, so my opinion is that we should all figure out how to get used to using it in a way that we can all agree on. But yeah, it's going to be a thing. The latest version of the engine is a little bit different from your course, but I have been doing pretty good in it so far. Awesome. .NET isn't too difficult. I used to make it. Oh wait. Use it to make. Oh, Paint.NET. Is that what you're talking about? I haven't used Paint.NET. I think that's what it's supposed to be. Maybe you're using voice chat, pound.net. Maybe that's what it thought you said. Anyway, that's my best guess anyway. AI isn't bad as the people who use it. Yeah, I mean, I think we just got to figure out how to use it in a good way. I think it is going to become a very valuable tool though. I mean, I think for indie developers, for creating music, assets, writing the code, I mean, it's just going to be a tool that, like any other, is going to improve productivity. But it has to be used correctly, you know. But we're still in kind of the Wild West frontier of AI where no one really knows how it's going to shape up or what restrictions need to be placed on it, if any. So we'll see. We will see. I feel like I gotta get this sun in here somewhere. I don't have a whole lot of room though. I wonder if I could do like a tiny sun somewhere. Oh, I just tried to paint in that. Oops. So if I did like if I do this, let's see. I'm gonna see if I can get a little sun sneaking in here. We're gonna see. We are gonna see. Nope. Don't want the symmetry on. I have no clue if that's gonna work. How do we feel about this sun? I feel like I don't have enough room to do like a lot of detail in here. So I'm trying to figure out a good way to just like I certainly can't do a face like that. That's definitely not possible. That face is just going to look out of place too. Among Us, son. I don't think any detail is going to work in here, so I'm going to have to just leave that as is. I'm going to take this star. Oops. Oops again. Why am I not? Oh, I'm painting this on the orrery. Son of a gun. Son of a gun. Trying to figure out ways that I can make this feel a little bit more etched. Is doing something as simple as this going to work here? It could work. No, I don't think it's working at all. That's okay. That's okay. Oh, I see. Oh, at netk, I gotcha. I missed net. Oh, I guess I missed that. I think AI is awesome as long as it's used as a tool, not a solution for everything. My only big problem with AI is where generative AI models get their data from. Sometimes it's a bit sus. Yeah, I mean, that's already being fixed, though, because a lot of places are just licensing their content now. Like Reddit has a big multi-million-dollar deal with Google to basically have their data licensed to Google. So I think that's basically a solved problem now, as people are just paying for licensing now. The AI basically is trend that being used by everyone. The thing is though that those early, doesn't rely on it for everything will be left out. Maybe you do need to know what you're doing, but I don't know how long that's going to be true for. Looks like an old man screaming star. You do the sun behind the moon wheel like a solar eclipse. Yeah, I think you already mentioned that, or maybe sun rays shooting up from the bottom. It's the exact face I use in a game jam made. Son of a gun, yeah. I don't think this is working at all. I just want this to be done. Goodbye. I don't mean to ignore your suggestions, it's that I'm just trying to do something that's maybe within my artistic capability. So far, it's not looking good. Okay, what is going on here? Thank you. Okay. Let's maybe start a little bit simpler here. That's not going to work either. The problem is I don't have enough room to do anything meaningful with in terms of like design or etching. I'm just going to end up with a bunch of random nonsense. Just going to end up with a bunch of random nonsense. Although that doesn't look terrible. Random nonsense doesn't look that bad sometimes, I suppose. I think this is more along the lines of what I'm going for, though. What I'm trying to go for, anyway. It's not really much of anything, but it certainly does add some design to that. I wonder if I can, if I just outlined these, does that make it better? Oh, I have symmetry on still. That's not good. Just draw Bill from Gravity Falls. I don't know who that is. Or maybe you could move that bullet thing down a couple pixels so you have more space. I don't know what you're referring to. Make that bar appear as if it was going behind it by leaving a pixel of space between its borders and the orrery bullet looking thing borders. Well, thank you for the suggestions, Aaron, but I am having a hard time understanding, which it's hard to convey like visual changes over text. But I appreciate the suggestion. I'm just going to march forward with what I got. And we'll see how it goes. I know there are artists probably watching this right now or the VOD and they're just screaming, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" But again, like, you know, the reason why I'm struggling with this so much is mostly because I'm still learning. And this is a challenge for sure. So I think it's a good thing to you know, it's a good thing to practice. Just trying to bring something that's coherent into existence. Whoa. I don't know, Bill. No, I don't. It's too far gone anyways. I think bullet, they mean the black background of the artillery. Oh, I see, I see. Yeah, I got you. I got you. I think it's looking okay. It's getting there. There's so much detail in this one. Look at the little houses. Houses down there. Got a tree. I literally don't have enough room to do this kind of stuff, but I kind of just want to see if I can pull off like adding a little house here. Oh my gosh, is that gonna work? I think I can do things to make this look a little bit more engraved too. So I can like just put these like engraving lines around. Kind of, maybe? I don't know if that's gonna work, but we'll see. That might actually work. There. Just try not to go overboard on it, I think. Just try not to go overboard on it. Okay. I really do still want to try to fit. Maybe if I just do like a... Maybe I can get away with doing like a ray here. Or you know what? Maybe, what do these clouds look like? There's clouds, aren't there? Yeah, here. Wonder if I could do something like that instead. For right here, even if it's just like a little... That looks fine. I think that looks fine. Probably shouldn't have the stars so close to that, but I don't know if it matters. I don't know if it matters. Peak. That works for me. Awesome. This look is amazing. Thank you. Try to keep the engraving lines either only horizontal or only vertical, though I think horizontal fits best. Okay. So let's see. So get rid of these. Get rid of those. Okay, I think that's okay. Again, I don't want to go overboard here, but some here. Okay. We could do some over here too. I don't know what to do about that section. Anyway. Anyway, afternoon stream, yes indeed. Welcome back, Any Key. Without vertical leaves too much room here. Like there's a blank space here. I'm trying to decide if I want to put another thing there or if I just want to leave it. Could do like a plant or something. That moon is so cool. I love that. I'm just noticing there's like, what are these? Little cat demon things. Okay. Do I even have any room to put anything here? That's the question. I think I can always just put like another star here. Or I can leave it. You could put like a UFO. Put a UFO with a tractor beam. No. My Steam game has sold 7 copies. Congratulations, pseudonym. That's great. Very, very nice. 8 more than mine. Oh. Guess it's time to put Shurima as Zero in the game then. Yeah, cat demon border. Yeah, that could happen. That could happen. I talk about stretching my art skills. Goodness. Maybe this is a quit while I'm ahead situation, as I'm fond of saying. I do want to make the aura remove too. Like this is going to be animated in here, I think. I just think that'd be kind of cool. Okay. Now, one thing that I do need from the old widget is I need this. Let's see. Gee dang it. I gotta get the right bounding box here. There we go. All right, let's see what that looks like in game. Too much detail takes away from the rest of the game. Yeah, I think so. I think it's fine. Oops, I went to the wrong... Oh, no, that's fine. Yeah, I think maybe with some highlighting, it'll be okay. And there's going to be other UI elements here too. So there's going to be like the health number there, which I hope that's large enough for the health. Yeah, once I add some more color to this, I think it'll be all right, but we're going to have to check it out. We're going to have to see. For anyone new, he will say he's going to quit while he's ahead, but he's by no means actually going to do that. It's true. I don't think congratulations is the right word. I'm depressed. Haven't even made back the Steam application fee. Don't suppose you'd check out my game on Steam. I think you've shared your name, the name of your game before. But yeah, you can feel free to check it out or share it again. I'd be happy to check it out. Yeah, I mean, how many copies of games have you sold previously? If the answer is 0, then, then this is a very good step in the right direction, you know? I mean, yeah, I mean, it's about the trajectory that you're on, right? If you sold 7 copies after previously having sold 10,000 copies, then maybe you should feel bad about it. But if these are the first commercial, like, copies that you've sold, is, then that's a great outcome. Legume of Zeldoom. Legume of Zeldoom. Is this it here? Action top-down shooter adventure. Yeah, I mean, I think I would say that I think selling 7 copies is good. I would say that, like, I don't know, is it your first commercial release? Have you sold anything else? Yeah, for sure, you're welcome. I think it's just one of those things where you just releasing a game and making money off of it is a skill that's separate from making a game. So, but yeah, for your first game to sell 7 copies, that's actually a wonderful achievement. That's not, I don't think there's anything to be sad about. I didn't sell, I don't think I sold many copies at all of the first games that I put on Steam. So I think, yeah, don't be too down. That's just how it goes. And you're way ahead of a lot of people who want to be game developers, so just yeah, keep at it. I mean, you know, well, what should I say? I mean, there's a sense in which I could have been disappointed by Gunforge sales too, right? Because think about the situation that I'm in. I'm choosing not to work as a software engineer, which has a very good salary, for the purpose of releasing and selling games on Steam. And Gunforged only made as much money as I could make in like less than 2 months as a software engineer. So I could look at it the same way that you're looking at your game and saying, well, I didn't even make back the Steam application fee. Well, I didn't make back the money that I'm leaving on the table by not being employed. Like, not even close. I mean, we're talking on the order of tens of thousands of dollars, maybe even into the 6-figure range of money that I have foregone to publish a game that only made like $10,000, right? So I could be in the same boat as you, and I could say, well, this is such a failure because I didn't make as much money as I was making, but I think it's actually a success for me because it's the most sales I've ever had for any game that I've ever released on Steam, and by a long shot too, like a very high multiple compared to the previous number of copies I've sold on Steam. And so, like, the direction is positive, right? So I would say maybe just reframe how you're thinking about it. You're on the right trajectory. You're not sliding backwards. You're moving forward. And I think that, yeah, if you just keep on that trajectory, then you'll probably experience far more success in the future. Hey, am I too late? No, you're not too late. Thank you, Garlic. Yeah, we'll support each other here. That's very nice of you. Thank you. I don't have a lot of financial interest in game dev, but since me and my son are going to give a shot, our goal for our first game is sell at least 1 stranger and make at least $1. Yeah, see, that's great. If you sell one copy of a game to a stranger, you're automatically doing more commercial success or having more commercial success than like 90% of the online game developers who are, you know, just hobbyists or who have their game in development for 4 years and never finish it or whatever. So it's all about what you're comparing it to. I think most people in the world would struggle to create anything that's worth somebody else buying, period, whether you're talking about game development or anything else. So yeah, I think it's a good achievement. Some good advice and a great way to think about it. Yeah, I think so. You're welcome, pseudonym. It's infinitely more valuable to create something with passion put out there than being an employee to some massive company with no soul. Yeah, I mean, I think I don't want to be on a soapbox for too long, but I think there comes a certain point when you're making money where you just start to realize that it's all fake. And that's kind of the point I got to. I got to the point where I could just like purchase basically whatever, anything that I wanted within reason. And it just kind of like got boring. It's like, wait a minute. So I'm just like spending all my time working. Why? For what? So I could just go buy some like random consumer good. And I was like, I might as well just take this fortune that I've had, this good fortune, and just try to do something that I want to do. So anyway, money is fake. It doesn't feel fake if you're in certain situations, but money is real when you don't have any. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Money makes a world of difference when you're struggling with money, but when you're not struggling with money, it feels like the fakest thing in the world. Anyway, I gotta figure out what to do. Oh, we're gonna do some highlighting here now. Widget. We'll try to do some highlighting. I have no clue how this is going to go, but we're going to try it. We are going to try it. But I'm going to take a quick 2-minute break, get a refill on my drink. Also, it's incredibly humid, so I am going to probably turn on my AC as well. Yep. Okay, so I'll be right back, and we'll continue on with this artwork. Yo, I'm back. Money doesn't matter, something you can say when all your basic needs are covered. I got lucky and have a profitable job making code for a faceless organization. Right. I have 11 days until my layoff officially begins, so I'm in a real state of mind, but also trying to use the free time to crank out some game dev when I apply for new things. Yeah, and I don't mean to say that money isn't important. I'm just saying that, I guess what I'm trying to get at is like, if your entire life is organized around how much money you are making, or how much money your various efforts are making, I don't think you're going to be a very happy person. And I do think that, yeah, when you have the perspective of like being as fortunate as I was to have like more than enough money, like you'll see what I'm talking about if you ever get there, or if you have been there, where it's like, there's just, it at the end of the day, it just becomes numbers entering and leaving accounts, and it doesn't mean anything, and you don't have to work extra hard for like something you want. And it's just, and maybe that's why it kind of feels fake, because when you have to save money for like something, like you want to buy a new PC, so you got to put months of work in and like careful saving and budgeting so you can buy it. It feels more meaningful when you get it. But when you can just like buy it and not even notice a change really in your accounts, like that whole dynamic goes away. And it's like, yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It just becomes like, it's kind of a weird feeling actually, where it's like it's just meaningless. It's like, you don't feel anything. It's like, oh my gosh, wait a minute. Because I knew I wasn't always like, I had periods of my life where I had like budget money carefully, and like if an expense came up, it was kind of hard to pay for and everything. But yeah, all that disappears, and then you're like, what is the point of this? You know? But yeah, sorry to hear that you're being laid off, Jesse the Fish. I was in the same boat almost a year ago now, actually. I've been doing this for almost a year. I should make a video about that. Hello, iCode stuff, welcome. I feel like I would be way happier just being able to scrape by with game dev as opposed to having a real good salary in an office cube where no one cares about anyone. Maybe it's naive. Maybe. I mean, it's like, yeah, like I said, it's hard to have that perspective if you haven't had money and then, like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I think you are making lots of sense and understand what you're saying. There's a point to diminishing returns, yeah. Like, I think, do people say money doesn't buy happiness? And it's like, well, it depends, right? If your entire life is stressful because you don't know how to pay the bills, and then you come into a lot of money, of course it's going to buy happiness. But if you can already afford everything you could ever want, and then you double your money, that's not going to make a difference in how you feel at all. It's just not. You're going to feel nothing. So yeah, I think that it's both wrong and true at the same time that money doesn't buy happiness. It entirely depends. Feels like Star Trek, where you just ask the replicator to make you things. Yeah, exactly. It's just kind of like, it's just weird. I don't know. It's just weird. But now I'm back to the situation where I have to budget very carefully, and like, I can't buy things. Like, I've wanted a new PC now for couple months and I can't buy it. There's no way I can justify buying it, so I'm just not going to do that. And it's kind of hurts, because if I had a real job, I would be able to just buy a PC right now. But I can't do that, so you know, that's how it goes. Why does this look weird? Hmm. Okay. Sure, that's a good way to put it. The ant. We live in a world of consumption we crave to create by nature. The way we're living right now is unnatural. Maybe. Money can buy you time. Yes, that's absolutely true. That's actually really true. I've never regretted spending money that has saved me time or helped me reclaim time. Never once regretted it. Currently at the point in the day where I want to do something, but I don't have any motivation or ideas. Yep, I feel you. What's the gist of the game you're working on? Looks neat. Hello, Sparrow Patch. The gist is that it's a collectible card game, grid inventory management auto battler with a necromancy / medieval alchemy / medieval science theme, where the main hook of the game is that you can create your own cards with an alchemy system. So if that sounds interesting, that's the game. I wish I had a name to give you and a Steam page to show you so I could convert you to a wish list, but unfortunately those things do not exist yet, so... But welcome, it's good to see you. Maybe it would be cool to find a happy medium. I think Dryden said he does freelance contract coding on the side to help carry the weight. So he's not full-time, he can just accept whatever projects he needs. If anyone doesn't know Dryden, look at Dryden Lighthoof, he's amazing. I am actually in the process of finding a part-time software engineering job, like a consulting job, which ideally would be maybe 10 to 15 hours a week, because I want to do exactly what you just said, which is that it's going to plug up the budget hole that I have and basically make me profitable so that I can continue doing this indefinitely, because I really do like creating the YouTube videos and doing the code reviews and publishing games and making courses and stuff. The only problem right now is that I'm running at a slight deficit, so every month my savings account dwindles just a little bit. So if I can get a 10-hour, 15-hour a week part-time job, then I can continue doing this indefinitely. My elevator pitch is getting more succinct. Does it sound okay as an elevator pitch? Does it sound intriguing, or do I need to introduce more into it? Let me know what you think, because I'm not exactly sure. I also don't know how to make an engraving look. I don't know how to make these engraves. Do I just like highlight every engraved part here? Is that gonna work? Maybe. I actually don't know how this is gonna go. That actually doesn't look terrible. It does not look terrible, actually. So let's do this, that. I wonder if I should just... It's kind of hard to see the house shape if I highlight that at all. Which is okay. Do I want to put... I almost wonder if I want to put a core inside of these stars here. Oh yeah, I think that looks better. Although it's hard to, yeah, again, it's hard to get this shape of the star here. Also, I'm messing this up big time. I think the core inside of the star looks good. I think the core inside of the star looks good. It's just a matter of like, maybe I'll just do this. Ooh, that looks okay. Sorry, I never know what to say when I'm doing these big pixel art pieces. I never know, like, what do I say? Yep, now I'm placing this pixel here. And I'm gonna place this one over here. I'm gonna erase this pixel because I don't like the way it looks. You know? That looks a little messy there, so I don't know what to do about that necessarily, but let me think. How is this looking? Why don't you use Photoshop engraving tool and then convert that into pixels? I'm not sure that's going to create the style that you think it will. It sounds like a good idea, but it's probably the case that the resulting pixel art is not going to look great. You know, I'm happy to be proven wrong, but generally what I find is that kind of thinking just doesn't work. Like you think, oh, well, I'll just do something in Photoshop or whatever and give it this effect and then pixelize it, but it just never works. I mean, I'm sure you could make it work if you made it a very deliberate style choice, but that's not a style choice that I made for this game, and so it would probably produce something that's just out of place. This is a mess. One problem is that this doesn't feel very engraved down here. And I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to address that. I wonder if I could just... Well, it's all right, I suppose. It's all right, I suppose. I don't think there's a good way to add engravings in here. A little engraving effect, so we're going to just ignore that for now. I think that looks all right. Sounds super intriguing to me. I'm curious to understand how the auto battling plays out in practice or what the decision points are, e.g. is it more about positioning, upgrading synergies, etc. Yeah, that's exactly right. So you'll be able to place your cards on the board. I wonder if I could run it. The game's kind of not in a good state right now, but you place your cards on the board, and of course the cards all have synergies with each other. So like this card applies 1 poison, it will double the poison applied if an adjacent card applies poison. So I could put another card that applies poison, which is just the same card in this case. And now both of these are going to be applying 2 poison each turn. Or I could put other cards like this just deals damage, but there's more interesting cards like, you know, deal double damage if there's a minion adjacent or whatever, right? And then once you've got your grid all set up optimally, then you start the combat, and this is where the auto battling takes place. So admittedly, right now there's no way to control how the battle goes. Like you have control only at the beginning, and then you just watch the battle play out. There is like an auto resolve button that you can click to automatically resolve the combat, so you don't have to sit through everything if you don't want to. But it's mostly just about, yeah, your strategic positioning and what synergies you're using and all that stuff. But there's going to be ways of upgrading individual cards. So the idea is you'll probably want to create a handful of really powerful cards and build synergies around those by throwing enchantments on them and upgrading them and alchemizing them and all that stuff. And your board can increase in size and all that. So yeah, that's the idea of the game. That screen needs a lot of work. Goodness gracious, there's so much to do. There's so much to do. Don't think about it. I'm not going to think about it. Anyway, so that's the gist of the game. I'm really, really excited about it, actually. I really want to get a playtest out as soon as possible. Probably the order of events is going to be, I'll have my new course out. And then I will have my new course out, and then I will release a playtest for this game, and then I think it'll just be basically full steam ahead on making it a full commercial release. That looks good to me, actually. Is that centered? Okay. Okay, so I did a bunch of wrong stuff here. So anywhere where I've got black and blue, we need to cut those out and paste those onto the widget directly. Oops. Oh, it's locked. There we go. Oh, goodness gracious. Hope you reach the revenue you need to do this, and definitely the world needs more creatives. Thank you, I appreciate that, Yeet. I think the pitch is fine. Maybe we can workshop it more one day. Yeah. Place that pixel is my favorite pixel, right? Pixels were, oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Maybe it would help to look at some reference images of engraved surfaces. Oh, you mean like this one? Yeah, I mean, I am looking, it's just I'm not that great of an artist, so I'm gonna struggle despite looking. Although this isn't really that good of an engraved surface. So I probably would be better off looking at something that's more like metallic. The cards have synergies, yes. What's the relationship you have with your games? Are you super proud or do you hate them? I don't think I hate any of my games, nor am I like super proud. I mean, I think Gunforged is my best achievement for obvious reasons. But there are games that I'm like, that didn't turn out so good. And then there are games where I'm like, yeah, this game is awesome. So I would say Gunforged is one of those games. I think of my jam games that I have, I think my favorite one is probably Grave Juice is probably my favorite one of my jam games that I've made. And it's not necessarily because I think the idea is just super cool. I think that's why I love Grave Juice so much. It feels really good. The idea is super cool. Some of these things are like Corpse Wizard. It's like, it's not that remarkable of a game. Smack Demon's all right. This one is okay. So, I mean, I feel like there are some games that I'm like, yeah, these are awesome. Like, I think Globins is really fun too. But then most of these games, I'm like, they're okay. They could be better. I don't think Drowsy Dragon was that good. Mostly because it had game design issues. It felt great and the idea was interesting, but the game design didn't work. Cryptographer was an early Steam release of mine. This was also originally a jam game. I would say that this one is also an interesting idea, but I didn't execute it that well. Sword Slinger, same thing. Good idea, not executed that well. So yeah, I mean, I don't think I don't hate any of my games, but there are certainly games that I would rank as pretty bad. But I think the thing about all my games is like I can see an idea in there, and what usually fails is just the execution. Usually it's just a matter of like the game design just needs to be honed a little bit and it'll be fine. You're welcome, Sparrow Patch. Took a few minutes out, and when I got back it looked awesome. Yeah, I'm glad that it's looking good. We're getting to the point of no return here with this, I think. We'll maybe start getting it into the game and see what it looks like. How are you thinking about prioritization? You mentioned how much work is left, but you seem to be spending a while on this one piece. I'm trying to be critical. Well, I think so the universal I've basically gotten like near universal positive feedback about how like striking the art style is. So there's a couple of issues here. One, I feel like I should be spending the time on the art because everyone agrees pretty much for the most part that the art style is very strong and it has like a strong visual identity. So I want to keep that up, right? But at the same time, one of the reasons why I'm spending so much time on this is just because I'm like I said, I'm still learning pixel art. So if I knew what I was doing ahead of time, this wouldn't take nearly as long, right? So part of it is just like allowing myself to have the time to play around and like figure out what works and what doesn't in terms of the art so that I can learn. Otherwise, my skill is not going to improve, right? So that's kind of how I'm thinking about it. Love the reference, super cool aesthetic. Yeah, it's a very cool piece of art. I like it a lot. There's a Japanese art style of engraving. I could look that up, yeah. Games like your kids are quietly disappointed and somewhat indifferent, right? And you have a favorite, even though you say you don't. Follow-up is there any of your games where it's worth redoing now that you have improved? Yeah, I think so. Let me see, do I still have that up? Let's see. I would love to take Grave Juice and just remake it with a fresh coat of paint and like deeper mechanics. I would love to do that one. Cryptographer, I do still think that this is a solid idea. Again, it just needs more game mechanics, probably an art touch-up, and that could be really fun. I have old games from my Game Maker days too that I think would be fun to remake, maybe just for like a YouTube video. I made a game in Game Maker called Crafty Zombies, which is basically, it's got like a day-night cycle, and during the day you can use resources to build fortifications, and then during the night zombies come out and you just have to shoot them. And it was kind of like inspired by like all those Flash games that were floating around during that time period. I forgot the names of them, but I think probably most of us have played those kind of games where you've got like hordes of things coming and you gotta like upgrade your base to make sure that there are turrets that are shooting and everything. I think that game would be really fun to remake just like as an experiment with all the skills that I've developed since then. I don't know if it would make it as a full game though. Again, that was one of those games that had like a critical design flaw, which is that the money you made was related to random drops of money from the zombies. And so you could end up killing a zombie wave where you basically got no money, and then the day cycle you wouldn't be able to build anything. And the enemy AI was kind of terrible in terms of determining how to damage your base and all that stuff. So it was really sloppy, but it was it'd be fun to remake that one. What's the plan for today? I mean, you're watching Summer Games Fest? No, I'm not. No, I'll be finishing out this stream. Gonna get this in game to some extent, and then I'll probably be working on the course some more. Yeah, you should be proud of your game. Yeah. Like the technological hurdles are what stop a lot of people from publishing their games. And so the fact that you got over those and were able to put a game on Steam is a great achievement, like I said. Appreciate your responsiveness here. Your art style looks great. Thank you. Find it hard not to hate the stuff I make. I tend to over-engineer stuff till I burn out and never want to touch it again. Yeah. Well, I think a lot of this stuff, honestly, is just like a framing or mentality issue. Like, you're kind of standing on the shoulders of giants because you can't have your current level of skill without the scattered ruins of all your previous projects behind you, you know? So it's like, it always seemed weird to me to just like hate the things that got you to where you are, you know? It's like, yeah, they might not be great, but they were an opportunity for you to learn something new or to practice a skill or whatever. And so I can't bring myself to outright declare that I hate something that I made, because there's always that part of me that's like, well, for the time, like I learned a lot, you know? Hey, thank you, Sparrow Patch, for the $5. Very much appreciate that. That's very generous. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Glad to have you here in the stream too. Very nice. That'll go right into my McDonald's budget. No, thank you, Sparrow Patch. Appreciate that. All right, Sparrow Patch, thanks for joining, and I hope you have a good weekend. Alrighty, so are we gonna try to get this in the game? Is this looking okay for now? Actually, this speed disk, this needs a little bit of work, I think. Let me commit what I've got. Actually, I'm gonna put it in the game with all the engraving and see Let's get the orrery in there too. Oh, I do need to add, actually, let's do this. I do need to add highlighting to the orrery. Actually, this is not going to look good. I don't think, because I want to make this rotate. So this may not actually end up being good, but we can try it. Also, I'm not done with the highlighting yet because I want to add a couple of just like more energetic highlights, I guess, higher energy highlights. So add a couple of higher energy highlights here. It's amazing how much just like a couple of these lighter colors, these brighter highlights can actually change things. Oops. It does make a huge difference. Put that there. Okay, widget highlighting. Mm-hmm. Put this here. Oh, I didn't put any highlighting over here. Sweet. Am I missing anywhere? I wonder if I can get away with putting one here. That's a little bit too bright. I'm gonna leave a highlight off of that one. Put one there, maybe? Yep. And then, oops, that's in the orrery still. My bad. Put one there, put one there. This house still looks weird down here. Kind of tempted to just leave the house not highlighted. Oh, we still got this weird star up here too. What is this weird star doing? Truthfully, I don't really know what to do about that. That looks a little bit better. There we go. There we go. Very nice. Okay. That works. Don't want to go super overboard with the higher energy highlights here. But I think just a few strategically placed ones. Will help quite a bit. This is looking much better already. I do not mind it at all. Cool. Actually, I don't know about that. Okay. Let's see what happens. Try to get this roughly centered. Just saw that Borderlands 2 is free on Steam. How can I compete with that? How can I sell an indie game for $2 when they're giving away AAA for free? Well, how does... I'm trying to think of something clever to say. I can't think of anything clever. I think the answer to that is that, first of all, there's different markets for different things, right? People like me will not even play Borderlands 2 even if it's free. Like, I routinely see these offers of like, this game is free, grab it, and I just don't grab it because I know I'm not going to play it. It's like, I don't even want to spend my time getting the game in my account for free because I know that that time's going to be wasted. I know that I'm never going to install that game. I'm never going to play it. So that's one audience, right? There's a certain genre of game that people are just never, some people are just never going to play, right? So you have to think of the market not as gamers as a whole, but like gamers for this product and gamers for this genre and gamers for this thing, you know? So number one is you won't necessarily be competing against Borderlands 2, you know? So that's answer number one. And answer number two is that people get bored of things. You know, it's not like people make one choice in game and then that's the only game they play for all eternity. There are a lot of people who will play Borderlands 2 for like 10 hours and then they're going to look for the next thing, right? So people are always craving new experiences and new things to do. People get bored of games because it's the same thing over and over again. So you're not just competing against like whatever's on the market, but you're also like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, you can almost view each hour that a gamer would play spending a game as like an hour. I don't know how to describe it. I hope maybe I've made it clear enough that it's not, you know, people are not buying a car that they're going to hold on for 20 years. You know, that's just not how the games market is. People will play like 5 to 10 hours of a game at most, usually, with some exceptions. before they're on to the next one, you know? And that's especially true, I think, of people who primarily play indie games. There are very few indie games that give you more than like 10 or 20 hours of like unique experience. And so people just churn through indie games. They buy a $15 indie game, they put 5-10 hours in it. They buy the next $15 indie game and put 5 to 10 hours in it, you know? So I think that's the way to think about it. But again, I'm not trying to position myself as an authority on these things because I'm still trying to figure it out. But that's how I think about it too. It's like, you don't need to worry about, and I'm just speaking from a player's experience too, like when I encounter a game that I really enjoy, I don't go, man, I hope there's no other games like this on Steam. What I usually am saying is like, somebody please copy this idea and just like add more content, you know? Like when I was done playing Valheim, you know, a couple years ago, it was such a good experience, but I had experienced everything. I'm just like, why is no one else making a game like Valheim? Give me more Valheim. Somebody else, please make more Valheim, right? So, yeah, I don't think it's as tough as maybe it seems. Hello, Pinsalox. Hello, Hyro. Looks awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. Steam has 132 million active monthly users. That's true, yeah. I like all the stuff I've done, but I see it as unfinished potential to revisit later. Have yet to see a project that I feel is going to shine. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, it's a little bit tough. I think... I was going to say, maybe this feels a little bit flat, but all of the other elements in the UI feel flat as well, so I think it's probably okay. So anyway, these health globes that are here are going to go in here. And then this orrery is going to be animating. These will be your speed controls. Ooh, this actually looks pretty good. I am not opposed to how it's turning out here. Anyway, so yeah, that's looking okay actually. Oh, I have the thing over it. Oops. He's locked in. I'm locked in. Adderall belly back at it again. I told you I'd be scary on Adderall, I think. I'd be out of control. I'd probably get this game done in a day and also have like 500 chats to catch up on. What I see when I see you making pixel art is that you are overthinking or maybe a perfectionist. It's possible. I wouldn't say a perfectionist. I think in order to be a perfectionist, you actually have to be like a pro at what you're doing. I'm mostly just floundering and trying to figure out what looks good and what doesn't. So it may be, there's certainly an element of overthinking to it. I think that's probably accurate. But I wouldn't say it's perfectionism because like, I don't know enough about creating good art to even know what perfectionism looks like. So you just wanted to making some game. I don't know what you mean, Angju Dev, I'm sorry. Make games you want to play. Yeah, I think that's good. Looks like I missed a lot. The UI's looking good. Oh, that feels so good to have a UI in a state yesterday where I was like, man, this sucks. To then have people come in and say, whoa, that looks amazing, or that looks good. It makes me feel good, so thank you. Put a lot of effort into it, but I'm learning, you know. Actually, I think if I were to say, I think that this whole portion here, shoot. Well, that's fine. No, it's not. This whole portion here, the outlined portion, that feels like basically exactly what I was going for. It's got nice, like, three-dimensional feel to it. It's got a lot of detail, but not too much detail to be overwhelming. So like these parts in here are still like just a little bit off to me. I think the clouds look good right there. Maybe what I'm having a problem with is I don't know if those horizontal engraving lines there are, I don't know, these areas just look flat compared to everything under it. And so if I could just find a way to replicate this style throughout this whole piece here, I think I'd be set. Like these edges over here, this still looks a little bit flat over on that side. So yeah, I think there's definitely room for improvement here. But I am noticing here, I forgot to put highlighting on this little piece, so we'll put that there. So this is how it looked like without the highlighting. And then boom. Yeah, the highlighting adds so much to it. It's amazing what a handful of pixels can do. It's Hollow Knight paradox. How can I charge $5 for a small indie game when Hollow Knight was only $15? Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's not a magic bullet. You have to work on discipline as well. Yeah, true. Adderall. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about Adderall or related issues. Discipline is very important, though. Discipline is a skill like any other that you can train and that you can get better at. And actually, kind of related to that, a lot of people are saying, well, I can't draw. And I've always had the opinion that, especially as I learned pixel art, that drawing is something that you can learn to do at least competently. But I stumbled across this book that I've been reading. Let's see. This book here, Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain. This book's entire thesis is that, like anyone can learn how to draw. And this actually covers like drawing with pencil and paper. So not pixel art, obviously. But this book's main thesis, this author's main thesis is like, yeah, with a little bit of effort, you can actually learn to draw very competently. Because it's not necessarily about your ability to draw lines on the page. It's about how you visualize things and convert what's in your mind into lines on the page. And so I'm not that far into the book, but that's the entire thesis of the book. So I thought that was interesting. Thought I'd mention it in case anyone is interested. But yeah, hopefully my drawing skills will be improved if I apply the lessons in the book. Looks awesome, but the screen might look empty with the board being small and the globes being centered. Yeah, I gotta think about doing like different art for the screen as well. There's gonna be like status effects over here too that I have to put in place. The stars in the top circle do not match any real constellation. 0 out of 10. Oh, I'm sorry. I think you should add more eye-catching details rather than subtle details. Well, I mean, this is kind of like necessarily supposed to be somewhat of a background thing. But I guess you're saying just make everything, like the details larger, maybe? I don't know. Pixel art is math, yeah. If everyone keeps undercutting, we would be charged 50 cents for games that take years, yeah. I don't know. I don't know anything about selling or marketing games, really. That's not my area of expertise, but I'm trying it just the same as everyone else. So yeah, the screen might look a little bit empty, but we will see how that goes. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Lots of work to do still. Goodness. Lots of work to do still. anyway, that's going to be it for the stream today. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Thank you for being here, and thank you for the super chat that I got earlier. Very much appreciate that. So yeah, what else? Being able to start a fight with an empty board feels odd. Yeah, I'm probably not going to allow the player to begin the combat unless they have at least one card on the board. There's still a lot of work to do, don't worry. It's not finished yet. All right, thanks again, everyone, and I will see you. I might stream tomorrow at some point, I don't know, so hit the notification bell to be notified if that happens. Otherwise, I'll be back at it Monday at... Oh, will I be back at it? No, I won't be streaming Monday or Tuesday next week at the usual times. So if I stream on either of those days, it'll be probably in the afternoon again. Anyway, yeah, we're at the end. Sorry, Parallel. GG indeed. All right, bye-bye, everyone.